Hello everyone, and welcome to a Planetary Annihilation nostalgia trip. A while back, when Gamma first came out, I did a video in which I fought alongside Garat of Uber Entertainment, the producer actually, but I didn't have any sound because I was listening to a live stream while playing. So, I asked the community if they wanted me to commentate this, and people voted that they did want me to commentate this. So, here I am commentating this game for, well, good reason. Anyways, here I am with my commander, just starting out. So, doing all this. Actually, I'm going to drop that down there. Alright, so we'll be looking at this game. Alright, so starting off, just getting metal extractors going and a bot factory as well. A lot of these things were brand new, including some of the items here. This was just the start of Gamma, so lots of power going up for my commander, so he has something to do. And there is Garat over there. Pretty nicely built world, got a lot of metal around me. Had some other players, including Liquis, and there's Garat. Alright, so my commander is moving off as I get some engineers out. That's an important thing, so I can start expanding over all this. And nope, can't do a click and drag. So just trying to expand over this. Alright, nice area of command. Tells him to start getting moving on that. Another engineer coming out as well. Kill my power, because it looks like I'm running low. Very low on this. And they're just getting out some air units to start scouting around. Alright, with power back online. Well, not totally online. Still draining. You can see how much I was using. Just draining it. Enemy up there. Enemy scouts. Enemy base brown right over there. And just working on getting my economy, start up that factory again. You can see my power's barely going up, and now going down as my commander starts building again. Another engineer pretty much completed. There we go, engineer out. And that was when those guys still had a laser. And the... I can't remember their names now. I think they're skitters. Anyways, yeah. They have fireflies and skitters had mounted turrets or guns on them, which actually could make them really annoying. Going to get a naval base up ASAP, take control of the water. I actually was pretty good at water play for quite a while. Alright. Yeah. So the problem was that they couldn't really build too far out into the water. It's really annoying trying to get units to build. So got that going. Still getting the metal production up. Actually doing okay with metal, getting some bot factories up. Commander working well, getting lots of power. Enemies discovered. We got black, brown, and pink. Now I believe this was a 2v2v2. So we had two teams of enemies that I was going to have to be aware of. Losing power pretty quickly. Lots of it being sucked out. Docks is going to be built. Power negative. You can see drop down to 74% efficiency. Now going back up as my commander goes to start building another power generator. More engineers coming out. Just waiting on them to get more engineers coming out. Blue bottles and can't remember their names now. They eventually became orcas and that other ship. I can't remember the name. It's been a while since I played this. Anyways, anti-air frigate. Lots of doxes coming out. And more bot factories. Commander still building lots. Alright, getting my little unit there, working on helping. Some defensive items going up. And get a radar up so I could get view of that top area there. And probably build an artillery bunker right here. Some defenses up and then build artillery. Yep, there we go. Nice place for artillery. Hide it right in there. Enemies would have trouble getting over to attack it. A wall going up for some added defense. And choosing missile defenses. Protect against incoming enemy fire. And moving those ships out. And this is actually a pretty good, well defensible spot. As long as the enemy didn't build a naval force. Pretty safe, to be honest. Power's doing okay, not too much ahead. Just trying to select. And alright, ships coming out. I want to get ships over just to defend. In case the enemy started building ships of their own. Always something you want to watch out for. Enemy naval fleets can be a dangerous thing. Lots of engineers being built. Always good to have extra engineers. You never know when you'll need them. And air factory up. Bomber coming up. And anti-air firing saves. Oh, didn't want to select that guy. Alright, back to building defenses. Alright, pulling that ship back. Nearly until I have anti-air. Fighters and bombers. Moving those docks out. And air defenses. Commander was under attack, but thankfully he can attack air, which was a good thing as well. Otherwise I would have been really screwed. At least at that moment. All those ships getting into the power, only doing slight damage, not a ton. Just enough to be a bother. Artillery, however, was set up probably right up there. That was probably artillery right there. So I wanted my units to try and hit it. And fighters coming up, which are always a good thing to have. Working on advanced bots. Well, more bots coming up. Gotta worry about those enemies to the south. And you can see Garat over there is building sort of a more balanced base than I was. Lots of units, and yep, artillery was right over there. So now just worrying about how to get it. And it looks like they didn't have radar up because it's not attacking any of my other things, which is handy. Moving those docks in, those docks are actually doing really well, especially because at that time bombers didn't have a lot of strength against ground. So moving those units in, they're getting hit pretty well, but I do manage to take out a metal extractor and a power relay, which is nice. Looks like the radar might have gone only a certain length, and that is an advanced unit over there, which I can see, which is not good. Still in control of the water though, which is good for me. Trying to get that advanced factory up though. And artillery goes down. I move those ships there just to protect that area. And anti-air work there with those doxes. Advanced factories going up for it's going for both kinds. Artillery was trying to be built. There's one probably back there. Really in the hole when it comes to power and when it comes to metal. Really need more metal at this point in the game. Negative 93, you can see I'm working at 58% efficiency. Power's going up, but metal is drained really badly. Could have really used some long-range defenses. And a push-up from Pink. Going for my commander. My commander's not having any of it. And neither am I. And advanced factory is complete up there. The looks of it. Slowly regaining metal at this point. And now back in the negative. But working on building an advanced fabricator. And most likely use it to expand my economy. Yep, there we go. Alright, economy expansion going on. Get some bots with it as well. Moving troops forwards. Countering enemies. Working on it. They've got more range than I do. There. Single defense turrets are useful against bots. Wrong one. Alright, there we go. Turned off the power accidentally, which is not what you want to do. Pulling those doxes back to start with. And units forwards. Being prepared to counter the enemy. Alright, second advanced bot. I'm working on my economy. Economy is definitely an important thing to grab. And grabbing metal as well. Those two artillery pieces really needed. Getting some more defenses up. Now Pink is going for Garat, which I take as a sign to swing around the backside. You can see I was going to swing around back there and hit them from behind. All of those units just around the back. Sadly, those turrets there are really just chewing through my units, which is not good. I did not have any tanks, which I should have probably had at this point. But it looks like, me at least, I figure artillery will help out. And power online, you can see how much it goes back. I can see there's enemies over there. I work on getting an artillery site up, because I know that'll give me a lot of help. Doxes come forwards, take out both my defense units there. Moving my commander forwards, getting some more defenses up. Lots of bots coming forwards. Commander out in front, dangerous place for him to be, but thankfully he's got those doxes around him and those turrets. Turrets just sweeping up enemies. Commander taking a few hits, that's okay though, because he's still good to go. Garat working pretty well, still working at his advanced factories, taking his sweet time with them, and finally start working on some ground vehicle factories. And there we go, more powers up, artillery going. Long range attack though, really a bother. And it looks like those are targeted missiles from a catapult. I can't be certain. This moment at least. Starting work on catapults. And that's artillery. Getting health and units up. Bots coming back. Lots of doxes unused. Doxes. And going to start work. Get some stingrays out. Do lots of damage to the enemy. So far control's been pretty well wrestled out of my hand right here. Long range bombardment doing a bit of work. Finally lose my vehicle factory over there. Radar going up. And working on getting that catapult up. And now, almost was at an equilibrium now, wasting metal. We're not doing too bad. Advanced radar going up, catapult going up as well. Pulling my units back there. So they're getting bombarded. Artillery. Much more useful to get up that catapult. Getting some air fabricators up as well. Always handy and useful for some things. Go and get advanced air. Looking for a good spot. Find one. Catapult almost completed down there. Advanced air factory being built pretty quick as well. Catapult finished in the bottom. Very useful for long range bombardments. Pulling all of those units together, getting them ready to attack. Lost a metal extractor, but that's okay. There's metal extractors up there getting destroyed, but I've got lots of incoming metal. And air factory. Building tons of kestrels. And start units working on those kestrels, because they are very useful. Artillery over here, as well as defenses. Lots of units coming forwards. Going to use them to try and push through. Accidentally got a boat there. And you can just see they're fast enough just to slip on right through and start hitting those units from behind, slipping around the side and into the factory area. Already one factory destroyed, another one. You can just see as I sneak on through just how much damage I'm doing, as well as working with Garat. Garat getting a counter-attack, small one, but just ripping this entire area apart. And found the commander right there. He gets off an uber cannon shot, takes down quite a few of my units. I'm not going to be able to take him out, but all of those Kestrels there are going to be able to. Knowing where he is, which that being approximately him, should be easy to take out. Sending a bunch of Kestrels and taking out Pink would be a great help to this. In they go, doing quite a bit of damage. Fighters come in and take them out, but bring down the commander to almost half health at this moment. And here we go, Stingrays being built. 3 of them to start with. Always very useful. Long range defensive movements. Single laser defense towers. Not the most useful, especially against those incoming units, but much better suited for doxes in this moment, but still quite useful. Moving up, incoming units, and hitting all of those units around there, and they are just being ripped to shreds, trying to build a flat cannon, unable to. Managed to take out the catapult they're building and all of those units working to help build it, hitting the commander pretty well. More Kestrels inbound. And a wall going up. At this point, it probably would have been very good for me to get advanced bots, but didn't get advanced bots out. In comes Kestrels, see a bunch of anti-air, pull back. Red coming in, trying to take me on. I grab a bunch of my doxes and start moving them up, needing to get them into position ASAP. Or that catapult was doing a pretty good job of protecting me. Stingray finally out. And getting Slammer out as well. Slammers are very good. And Commander gets taken out for Pink. Pink's Commander totally destroyed. Stingray's working hard. AA bots going forwards. Commander gets taken out by Red, it looks like. So Pink and Brown have both lost someone, leaving Red and another enemy against me. Red's taking over a lot back there. Stingrays moving forwards, and enemy units out in front. And thankfully for me, by not being super aggressive, I was able to sort of keep the enemy from hitting me for too hard, too long. It wasn't too much of a threat for Brown to start with. Lots of air units there. See what's going on. go ahead and try to send help over to Garat. Form of a lot of air units, but they just get taken down so quickly. And not sure what I was trying to do here. Alright, build more advanced air factories to get some advanced units out. Tell them to go ahead and help these guys down here. And actually mixing in a bunch of anti-air units in with your units can be really effective. And getting more factories out. It was 1-1 as far as I can tell, or an entire team was taken out. One of the two, not quite sure which. More units helping on that advanced factory, advanced power going up. And you can see just the hits being taken by Garat. And I send some fighters over. Go ahead and help him out, because those units lost all of their protecting fighters, so those jets actually got almost free roam of them. Pull those back for the moment. And start building pelicans. Not pelicans, maybe those were peregrines. And the other ones were pelicans, I don't remember which. Anyways. It's going out. Advanced vehicles, factories being built now by me. My Stingray's doing pretty well to stave off any enemy push. Or at least ground invasion force. And nuclear missile starting to be built by me. Just keeping enemy within their border. Getting some advanced factories up. Look at those. And more metal structures built. Nuke being set up as well. Build as many as possible. Stingray's getting destroyed. Game really starting to slow down, you can tell by those units how much the game was starting to slow down at that point. But me and Garat are definitely in a good position to win. We've got air, we've got ground. I'm working on nukes. Enemy's borders are pretty much held this moment. GG is called by Inks. And more building of Castrels. Getting work on that advanced factory because that's going to be important to assist me in my invasion. More power being built. Power is very important in this game. Stingray being hit by enemy missiles. Not that fun. Watching you lose your missile ships. And there you go. You can see my power just drops so much. Peregrine's slowly being built there. Almost had that factory attached to wherever that guy went. Thankfully, didn't. More power going up. Power was definitely something I was lacking. Lots of units coming forwards. Definitely air at this moment. I can tell that. And here we go. Lots of air came in. Kestrels, everything, just trying to rip my units apart. And actually doing pretty well to shoot down the air, but then the game pauses and to build defenses. And this is about where it crashes. As you can see, I could have lost, but thankfully it was nowhere near my commander. And we had the enemy pretty much in hand. Most of his air units were being ripped apart at this moment. And if I'd pulled back my air units, yep, and there you go. And that is where it ends. So anyways, that was the very first episode. It ended with a breakdown. Anyways, but me and Garat were definitely in the place to win it. If I had taken out these units, we would have eventually just pushed through the enemy's borders. I would have gotten better air defense, and we would have had it in hand. They were nowhere near my commander, which was all the way down here. Would have caused a bit of trouble up here, but I would have had more than enough air defenses by the time it was anything to worry about. Anyways, this is the commentated version of Gamma Episode 1, which is incredibly popular. I hope you all enjoyed it. I did when I played it. Anyways, until next time, stay strong, game on. You have a great day.